When I was diagnosed with primary progressive. So
what does that mean?
Which is bad.
Yeah.
Which means that anything that happens to me is more than likely to be permanent.
Welcome back. If you haven't liked, subscribe, please do that right now. This episode's featuring my childhood friend Tamisha. We both used to play basketball for Brixton Top Cats from around 15 to like 20. It's a good episode to show you just like how there could be things going wrong in life, but if you're a person who's very, very tough and you persevere, you're still able to live your life normally. So Tamisha is someone that I know that she grinds, she got 3 kids, she still goes gym, trains every day, you know what I mean? So yeah, hope you like this episode. Boom. You hurt me, man. My leg was just hanging, like the ankle strap was this high. McDavid's.
Remember my dad saying to me, what did you do to him?
I was written.
My dad was like, Tamisha, like, why are you playing like that?
No, I was written off. I don't think I couldn't play for 4 months.
Bro,
that's the longest I've ever.
I remember.
And nothing broke,
when
you know.
that happened.
Yeah, nothing
Did
broke.
nothing break?
Nothing broke. I just like.
So was it like a tendon?
I think it was something. Yeah, I think it's something to do with ligaments or tendon. Yeah, nothing broke. Like I thought I was totally, but for 4 months I couldn't play. Like when I remember, like when I went to America, like I was on a plane thinking to myself, "Oh, why am I still going to America when I'm going to show that I can play a ball?" You know what I mean? And I ain't been able to do nothing for 4 months.
I will never forget that day.
Yeah.
I never forget that day. I felt like I was under so much pressure. Like I had I swear even my little cousin was there watching me, and I felt like, nah, today you've got to push your game up.
You know what's mad though, yeah? Like after that now,
yeah.
When I got better, I became more athletic than ever. That's when I went from being able to dunk like off one hand, 1 foot to, I remember like I just started working on getting my legs back to normal, and that's when I started jumping off 2. So before you know, I come back next minute, I'm dunking 2 hand, 2 foot off the spot. I was thinking, this is different. Because I had to learn how to balance on both.
My brother always remembers you for that. He said, wasn't CHZO the one that you mash up his leg?
Hey, tell Damien I hate him.
Do you remember the pressure that Jimmy used to put me under?
He used to put all of us under pressure. Jimmy made us tough though. Even after that, I remember like, even when I was hurt, Jimmy's like, oh, what are you crying for? It's like, mate, I can't walk.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't expect Jimmy to feel sorry for you.
No, but Jimmy thought I was some sort of super soldier. He thought I could take any.
He thought everybody was.
No, but you know what it is, yeah. Like,
soldier.
no, I don't think you understand it. Yeah, there was levels to how he used to. But I'll tell you, there's something that he told me, yeah, between me and you, yeah. He was like, "Rah, you know, like some of the kids that used to come here,
yeah,
and they used to have their parents watching on the side all the time,
yeah."
And he was like, "Oh, them lot, like, he never used to push them as hard because he felt like they were softer.
So you think?
So he felt like he never used to push them as hard because he felt like they were softer. So he felt like if I make you go too hard, like your parents will start complaining. Have you noticed even after the generation of kids who used to play after us, we're not as tough? Because a few of the parents used to be there complaining, this what I'm saying after school, he's too tired, my legs are hurting. But these times, I remember like, we used to have, this is 1 year, yeah, it was camp, I think we were 16 in it. Jimmy said to me and her, yeah, and a few others, if we come every single day, I'll give you a free pair of trainers. One day, bro, I woke up, I couldn't walk. I fell out of bed, yeah, and I was on the floor, and I phoned him and I said, Jimmy, my legs, they're not moving. He's like, oh son, you're soft, that's weak, blah blah blah. I said, I really can't move. I miss camp, bro. camp was 25 days.
I know.
I missed 1 day. He said, you don't get a pair of trainers. Just because of 1 day, bro. He said,
1 day.
He said, you should have still come. I said, I couldn't walk. I couldn't do nothing, fam. Man was like, 1 day. If you was there, you'd have trainers like Tamisha.
Yeah, Tamisha had trainers.
And I was looking at it, like,
The thing was,
I was thinking to myself, why couldn't you miss a day like me? What year did you start suffering from MS? Was it after Jude was born?
I take this.
Yeah, right.
I believe I've had symptoms.
What, from younger?
Since Sophia was born.
Oh, for real?
Because the thing is, with MS, the more kids you have, the more it kind of
Manifest.
yeah.
Yeah.
So when I had Sophia, I was a bit shaky, but I didn't need a walking stick.
Yeah.
When I had Jude, that just pushed me over the edge.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, yeah, something needs to give. So, yeah, man.
What kind of triggers it to start?
The only thing that really triggered for me was my right leg, and it's always been my right leg.
Yeah.
However, even though all these symptoms started from about 7 years ago, it's never kind of deterred me from
Training.
going to the gym, training.
But you stay active, boy.
Because
she probably trains more than me.
I train every day.
Yeah, exactly.
I train every day.
Yeah.
Like, my only things is on weekends.
Yeah.
I try not to, because I know.
Go forward a bit. Sit forward.
There.
Yeah. So
I know.
Lean back. Proper lean back. So using your weight on it. Good.
I know my body has to rest.
Yeah.
So I don't do weekends. But Monday to Friday, I'm on it. Like, I make sure, because the one thing with MS, when you stop moving,
it gets worse.
It gets worse.
Yeah.
And that's not my portion. And the thing is, I enjoy fitness. I enjoy working out and everything. My arms are killing me.
She's like one of the men them, you know, them tomboys.
Yeah.
Them girls who look girly, but moves like the man them.
But that's the thing. I can look like a girl.
Yeah.
But nah. Like, because I've always been into sport. I've always been into gym. So, and the thing is, when I started having the children, that's when I started to get into it even more. Because I thought, I can't be rolling out here looking like... Yeah.
I remember you busting a joke about it. It's like, right, are you gonna...
Yeah, when we was in Brixton, fitness first.
You think I'm gonna fall off?
I wasn't falling off for nobody.
And that's the thing. So she got 3 kids and MS and still training, but other people will say to you that, I can't do this, I can't do that. Even man them as well. Be like, because of the kids, I can't do this, I can't do that. But everything in life, it's down to time. You know what I mean? Whatever you prioritize, if you prioritize your health, you'll be able to find maybe 30 minutes, 45 minutes a day. It's not even like, alright, on average, when you train, how often you train? You do like stuff like here in London or gym?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do Kira London.
Yeah.
Monday to Wednesday.
Yeah.
At 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah. Before getting the kids ready for school.
Before getting the kids ready for school.
Yeah.
And I go gym Thursday, Friday. And when I go gym on Thursday and Friday, I try to go hard.
Yeah.
All I'm trying to make is the best version of myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, regardless
because my thing is I've got a walking stick, I've got everything, yeah? But my kids, they need a mother that is mobile, that can do whatever. So if anything, my driving motivation is my kids. And yeah, that's why I do what I do.
How about other people that you know that also suffer from MS? Like, yeah, because I've seen from like when you posted on YouTube before, like with like a couple other girls.
Yeah.
Do they have it as hard or more mild, or it varies from person to person?
It varies. Like, so initially when I was diagnosed with primary progressive. So and
that means,
which is bad.
Yeah.
Which means that anything that happens to me is more than likely to be permanent.
Yeah.
However, I honestly, that's what I fight against. That's why I try to lift as many weights. I try to balance my hardest, because I don't want. That's just words, isn't it? You know, doctors, you can't. It can't get into my psyche. So now it's gone down to relapse remitting, because nothing has happened to me in the past 2.5 years. Because I made a distinct change in my life. I cancelled out all stress in my life, and I just make sure I exercise every day. I got my weights in my house, I got my bands in my house, I got everything. So even if I wake up one morning and I can't be bothered to go gym, I could just do it in my house anyway, because I've got everything there.
So what do you say, like what makes it worse is like stressing and things like that?
Stress is a big
factor in it.
Big factor. Like if you got stress in your life, boy, the likelihood. Oh, this is nice and light.
Let's go.
No.
Pull it. Yeah.
The likelihood is that this thing will get worse. So I feel like I had to make some distinct changes in my life in order for things to get better for me.
Work-wise though, what would you say, how hard has it been for you since?
So work-wise, it hasn't really affected me that bad. I hate getting up like an old woman.
Because what's your field? Tell them.
I work. I do plenty of things. I'm a business analyst, project manager, scrum master, work in IT. I do that by default.
Tech.
Tech.
What's Scrum Master? Because I always see that all the time popping up on. I always see that popping up all the time on Instagram ads. Yeah, and every time I Google jobs that are Scrum Master, I'm like, oh, the money's good, boy.
Scrum Master, best way to do it. Best way to say it is that someone that. So you have a team when you work. In tech, you got testers, developers, solution architects, whatever. The Scrum Master basically protects the team.
Yeah.
So I would talk to the project manager. I would deal with the product owner, the various head people in the team. Yeah. However, in the mornings, I run a meeting, find out what you did today, yesterday, and what's going on for tomorrow. Yeah. What are you planning to do? I tend to do that. You do that daily, and it's just basically making sure the team is doing what they're supposed to do, in the time that they're meant to do. Because of COVID, I've been doing a lot of just remote work. Yeah. And remote work is like the way forward now.
Well, it works better for you, don't it?
Yeah. Yeah. It works.
Way better for you.
1000% better.
Yeah. Because I can imagine like normally you having to get up.
Yeah.
Get the kids ready.
Go to the city.
Come back, pick them up.
It's just long now.
Yeah.
Like my son, he goes to nursery 2 days a week. Yeah. And the other 3 days, he's just sitting down watching CBeebies with me. Yeah. Or playing on his iPad. Yeah. And I'm working. Yeah. There's the odd occasion where, you know, Jude will pop up and say hi to whoever I'm having a meeting with, which is a bit awkward. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, it's good. Remote working is the way forward. You could be anywhere in the world and still get your money.
Property wise, you still got the house in Fiend? The other one in
In Brixton. No, that's my brother's house. Okay. That's my brother's house. So, property wise, I just have my house in Brixton now. Yeah. I actually do love that house, but
you're a New Yorker as well. I totally forgot.
Of course, I'm a New Yorker. I'm a New Yorker till they kill me, man.
This one chose England over America.
Listen. If it was my choice, I would have never came here. Everybody knows how I feel about London. London is not the place to be, but you know.
Well, I swear your dad still lives there.
My dad is. Yeah. My dad's in Florida.
Loads of people don't know. Get down onto me. Loads of people don't realise that Miami.
Hold that for a second.
Loads of people don't realise that Miami was originally like the equivalent of Blackpool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until the drug dealers.
Until the
cocaine cowboys came over.
Yeah, because Cuba's so close to Miami.
Yeah. So it was literally like retirement homes. But when the drug dealers came to Miami, too much money, had nothing to do, so they had to start building hotels, innit? So like when you see a lot of those olden style buildings, they always look set up like they always look like hostel homes. You know, when you come, if you go like, you know, the end of Collins, and you see them smaller hotels, they always look like retirement homes. Yeah, it's jokes though how that just built up an economy. Can't live in Miami though.
Why?
I don't know, there's something about it that just, I think New York is more me. I think I like the speed of New York, that's why.
Oh, because you're a Londoner, that's why.
It's like, I'll get bored of going to the beach. It's like, oh, not again. You know what I mean?
You're like, a Londoner.
How often could you go Collins? You know what I mean?
Yeah, you can't, you can't go there that often, but I must say, Miami is the one.
It's lit.
I enjoy Miami.
Another reason why I can't live in Miami, you run through money too quick.
You run through money?
Way too quick.
Yeah, but you're going parties all the time.
New York, I can figure that in the background, the weekend, and pretend that I'm doing something else. You can't get drawn out. Miami, everyone knows where you're gonna be. You're gonna get drawn out. Even going to the strip and saying to yourself, "Raw, you're gonna have a chilled one." By the time you pay for a shisha, a couple drinks, you're a couple bills down. Yeah, Miami, you run through money too quick, way too quick.
Yeah, New York.
I remember the first time when I went to Miami, first 24 hours, I was rattled. Fam, when I saw my Monzo clicked and said, you spent $1,200 in under 24 hours. I started shaking. I messaged Lou. I was like, yo, Lou, when you back in Miami?
Yeah.
Lou said, I've landed today. He said, you want to go out tonight? I said, no. I need to recover. We'll do tomorrow.
Does he live in Miami now?
Yeah, Miami's the main base. Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah. We used to live in Chicago.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But no, Miami's the main base. I think he still got his LA house, but he don't go to LA. I don't think he likes LA.
A lot of people are indifferent about LA.
It's too superficial, that's why.
A lot of people.
It's very, very superficial. A lot of people there are just only around you because you're popping, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like, once you're known, everyone wants to be your bestie. You know what I mean? It's one of them places. Miami is more, everyone's more happy, innit? Party town.
I
remember LA is full of everyone who wants to be famous. That's the difference.
New York's my place. As much as I like Miami, New York, I feel like I'm better suited to New York.
Same here. But it's dirty though, man. New York is filthy. It's just grungy, bro.
I love
the train stations, grimy. Everything's grimy. Fam, I was in New York and I saw rats.
Yeah.
But the rats look like they could beat up these little, these little dogs we have out here. The rats look like they could fight them. I was like, yeah, I'm definitely in New York. This place is grimy, man. But I like it though. What's the thing that in New York, yeah, if I was to live somewhere like that, I wouldn't have to live on a new build on a top floor so that the rats and mice are not they're not coming up there, boy. Because I'm telling you, if you live near a train station out there, oh god, you're finished, boy. They're coming to your yard. They're gonna pull up like bailiffs. Hey, yo, my man. yo, son. You got that cheese? Open up. You got that cheese? I smell that pizza. You know we like that cheese, son. Open up. We need in, son. Word is born, kid. You get me? The rats in New York wear boot cuts. I hope you like these series of episodes. Like now that we've got a format of three episodes split together. If you haven't liked or subscribed, please do that now. Also, please share this on to your friends, and also my app coming out August 17th. Link in the description. Boom. Obviously I've gone to the bar and taken a menu to look at bottle prices. I think the main tables in the main section, they were spending average about 10k. They proper love our swag. Everyone
girls, American girls,
they proper love our swag.
Love British men.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but yeah.
You do know why. We're the best, man. Look at these haters. I don't know why. I don't know why. Even in America now, they love it, African boys, man. I'm like, right, these apps have gone and taken over. You know what it is? It's because them men love to spend out there. You could always tell when a Niger boy is in a club out there. You could smell it.
Of course.
It's like the flamboyance are just oozing off their skin. They're just there, ha. Shorty, come and take a seat on my table. Eh? Come and entertain Zadie and Co. Trust me. Hey, last time I was in a club, what's the name? It begins with A. It was Martin Luther King Day.
In New York?
Yeah, it was Martin Luther King Day in New York. All the Af boys tables, my god, the amount of girls I saw, I was like, the Lord is my shepherd. These times I'm not Christian, you know. I started reciting Bible verses. I was like,
oh my god!
Nah, I swear to God, yeah, no word of a lie. I remember like coming into the hotel, yeah, and I was ringing Marvin and Hax, and them two were sleeping, and I was ringing off their phone sleeping, and I was like, bro, wake up, ringing off their phone, what's happened, everything. When you woke up in the morning, it was like, oh, show me. I said, bro, I saw all the buffest things in the club, yeah. I was ready to spend savings. But I was like,
spend savings,
yeah, it was
you
that
know?
deep.
Is it that serious?
It was that deep that night. But I was like, rah, if I'm gonna get drawn out, let me draw Marvin, Hax, and split the bill even. And a boy from Philly, Lonzo, was there. But the reason why we didn't splash was because you remember Alwyn, Chucks, City Love?
Yeah.
So Alwyn came from Connecticut with his wife and her cousin, and his wife was like, nah, chill, don't get a table. I was just looking like, Shan, let's do it. just give us the green light, you know what I mean? That day was like literally hockey hate from the outside the club. You can't even get in, you know, like you're in a club now.
Yeah.
This is the VIP section. Table here, table, DJ box. There's a little gap to come up. Everyone else by the bar outside just looking. I was looking like a standing man. I was standing like a standing man. I was just there looking at his wife like, just let him spend. We could do 2K right now. Just give the green light. If Marvin and Hax came, we would have done 3 or 4. Give the green light, Shan. She's like, don't spend. I was like, best thing though, I was glad I didn't spend.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
Because after I left, the day later, I was going home anyway.
Oh.
You get me? I would have been flexing on the girl that I would have linked.
You would have been flexing on somebody that you never would have met.
Yeah, that I probably would have linked again, or she'd have been like, oh babe, flew me out. Then I would have been in another. You know what I mean?
You would have been tipped over the edge. Fly someone to London, you know.
You think the man don't do that? Boy.
Name names.
I ain't saying nothing about nothing. Who's people's favourite on the pod? I'm joking, but bass fly for him though. You get me?
Oh,
they love that guy, Mr. Charm of the Year. You get me? You know his name. I'm not even gonna spell it. You can do Hangman in the comments. New York is different. Like that day.
New York.
Like you see Miami. Miami's lit. Live on Sunday. Yeah, it come like they handpick the women to enter the club. You know, like it feels like they go searching for the best looking women in the city. But you see New York.
They pretty much did.
You see New York. Yeah. That night, the prettiest women I've ever seen in my life, I seen in that one club where I was rattled. The standard entry into the club is $40. Do you know how mad that is? Like here, if you're telling someone £20 to enter, people are arguing with you and shuffling to pay. Standard entry was $40.
You mean the cover?
Huh?
The cover.
Yeah. That's what they call it. $40. I was like, rah. Like promoters in America are eating.
Yeah, they're
eating crazy. Cause imagine, like that club now, it probably had, no word of a lie, on a Sunday night about 600 people.
Yeah.
On a Sunday, easily. You get me? Bank holiday Sunday, 600 people. I think they had probably about 20 tables sold out, and the average table spend looked like that night, from what I was calculating, doing the math, because obviously I've gone to the bar and taken a menu to look at bottle prices. I think the main tables in the main section, they were spending average about 10k. You know how mad that is? I'm like, American money and English money ain't the same, you know?
It's different.
It's different.
It is different.
Yeah, it's definitely not the same.
It's not.
That's why when women out here are like comparing English guys to Americans and saying, oh yeah, English guys don't do this, I'm like, the money don't come in as fast.
Nah, it's
it
not
definitely don't come in as fast.
American guys are just built different, man. They just built different.
Alright, tell us more.
They just built. You want me to tell you more? They just built different. Like British guys, they don't have
what?
that.
Yeah?
They don't have that.
And you live amongst us.
Yeah, I've been here for a minute, man. I've been here for a minute. But the thing is, I'm still a New Yorker.
Yeah, at heart.
Like, I don't think that I moved, like...
It's because you're always going back there on holiday anyway, that's why.
Yeah. I don't move like British girls.
When's your cousin coming over anyway?
Hopefully, she was just in Greece. And she just got back. I was just talking to her this morning. Hopefully she should be here soon. Because my son...
She love a British boy, innit?
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Huh?
Monica, do you know something different from me?
She meets a British man them, don't she? Hey, you see?
I plead the fifth.
The real New York girls, not these hybrid English New York girls.
Hybrid, you know?
Yeah, hybrid now.
Hybrid.
The real New York girls rate us British man them. Don't listen to these ones. I'm like, American man. You see, she's got the real British. You know that's what the girls from here say. They always rate the American man higher.
Yeah, of course, because they're different.
Yeah, you've picked up the British behaviour still. Well, you know what it is? It's opposites, innit? Opposites always attract. That's why.
But I'm not British.
I still rate our British girls higher than American girls, even though there's lovely.
Do you?
Yeah. There's things about American girls that I'm just like.
What things?
It's little things.
Like what?
It's little things.
No, name one,
little
please.
things.
I need to know this.
You know what it is, yeah? Like, even though I'm super driven and I fit more to their culture than here. I think in America, yeah, everyone's too focused on money. Way too focused on money. The thing is, I like grinding and I graft like there's no tomorrow, yeah. But the thing is, even though I enjoy grinding, I know I've got that line where I understand money is not everything. But in American culture, money is the be all and end all. Like today, a man was busting joke here about an American girl will link a roach here as long as he's got money. And I was dying. And I was thinking to myself,
that's not true.
I've seen some of the buffest girls I know with some real, that I'm not like, pause, I'm not judging no man's looks or saying a man is ugly.
You seen the buffest girl you know, some ugly ass nigga.
She said it, innit?
You then like, it's the truth.
Some like, questionable, you know. While I know that English girls here, even though English girls like money, they don't like it to that extent. Like, an English girl will still be like, yeah, an English girl will be like, most English girls will be like, they still want a money man, but they're not gonna link a roach. An American girl will link a roach.
I don't know.
That's where the difference is. American girl will link the roach looking guys.
I don't know.
Nah, they will push it. They will push the boundaries. British girls, even though they might like money, British girl will tell you that she don't want her kids looking like my man. That's where the difference is. That's the reason why the rappers who look like frogs and all of that have all the girls out there.
All the
girls. I've seen in the clubs and I'm like, you know what I rate it?
There's some ugly ass men in Great Britain, you know.
Yeah, but there's a better balance of everyone has a more even average.
I don't know. I disagree.
You see in America, yeah? Like when I go raving here, I go raving with my fat rich friends because they have all the girls. I'm not even joking. Like literally, like I purposely message them, man, because I know that when I'm with you, good. You are the magnet. You got all the cash, all the girls, everything. Like I know that's gonna be a vibe. They've got all the girls, and I'm like, my man looks like he's one burger away from a heart attack, but
bag away.
You get me?
He said one bag away from a heart attack.
One burger away, boy. But they got all the girls. All my fat brethrens out there have all the girls on smash. I'm telling you.
You could be right.
Yeah.
But I feel like my American accent's coming out. I'm gonna stop now before people come in and say why is she trying to talk like that for? But I think the same thing goes over here. I've seen some ugly ass rappers with the prettiest gal, and trust me, she ain't there for his looks or his personality.
Don't you know that money is a personality trait these days?
Like, I'm sorry.
Don't you know? Ain't you heard Gucci Mane lyric, "Money make me handsome"?
It's true.
Yeah, once you have a wall, you become a handsome guy. It's like Nigerian uncles, man. Like, being in shape in Nigeria back in the day was like it was seen as a poor man's thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're only in shape because you're doing hard labor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so being out of shape, having a big belly showed that my man was financially stable.
I only noticed
means that you could feed the family because
Yeah.
you're well fed. Yeah.
Yeah, I only noticed that when I went to Ghana.
Yeah.
When I went there the first time,
Yeah.
I was just like, I was
Uncles.
completely mesmerized. I was like, how come this guy has this girl? What is it? It's
He's got the money for the Hakasa. He can afford flights, private jets, first class. Yeah, the uncles are winning. Like, I'll tell you another thing. Yeah, it's Instagram that killed like certain things for me. Like, you see, like back in the day, yeah, you might have seen like some of the top IG girls from America, and you'd be like, oh my god, she's so buff or something. Like, you know, like along them lines, you'd think, then when you go in Nigeria for a bit and you're hanging around certain man, oh yeah, I flew out last week. I'm just like, whoa. I'm like, the way these men talk here, there is no filter. They're rude. They have no, like, you see money here at that level, like, it shows you certain people's true being, and you think to yourself, wow, like, when I was little and I used to see you, was just like
see all this money, right?
Yeah.
All this money, it can't all come from 419.
No.
Like Nigeria, I know Nigeria's got oil.
Yeah. Some people are oil rich. Some people like it's little things where someone that might have come here, lived there for years, noticed the gap there, gone out
And
there,
then
filled out the gap. And the thing is, like, even though our currency is not strong, problem is some things will still cost similar price. Like, for instance, people who have like phone shops out there selling iPhones ain't cheaper. Sometimes it's more. Out there, people are hustlers. They will find money to get what they want. They will somehow.
That's nice.
Like, Nigeria's like New York, like the home of the hustlers. Like, people survive. Like, they graft. I always say to people, yeah, if you took like 10 people from, let's say, like Lagos, that's just been grafting all their life, and you left them here with a semi-decent job, not even a top level job, give them 5 years, they'll surpass everyone. Just because their mentality, the hunger is different. You get what I'm saying? Growing up in that system, the hunger is different. Like, if you go to Nigeria, like, by 5 o'clock in the morning, you're hearing cars in Lagos, everyone's trying to rush to go to work, because you're trying to beat that early morning traffic. It's not even the mid-morning traffic. You're trying to beat the early, like, you're getting up at 5 to try and beat 7 o'clock traffic. You get me? Because if you leave at 7 and your workplace might be, so like, I'll give you an example, from here to Brixton, yeah, we'll probably be like in a cab, what, 35 minutes, 40 minutes at this time?
Yeah.
Like, you see in Nigeria, yeah, that might take you 2 hours. Same distance, but because there's too much cars. There's too much people. There's too much cars. So everything multiplies. Give you an example. Like, you get like, whenever you go airport, yeah, if you see like Nigerian families, they're always mad early before their flight. The reason why is because in Nigeria, you're trying to leave mad early to make sure you don't get caught up in traffic to be at the airport early, because things go slower. So you get to the airport early and there's still loads of people between the airport staff trying to shuffle you and hustle you to try and get to the front and things like that. Things are moving slower, so everyone moves a bit extra on time. So now the same people are rushing here to get there early, and then 3 hours. I remember my aunt used to do that to us. Like, get to the airport early. We're 3 hours early for a flight. I'm just there like.
But this is London, auntie. Listen, you don't need to be doing that.
These days, yeah, I chance an hour and a half. Like,
to go to the airport. But you live on the doorstep.
Yeah. I just want to just get in through security, straight into the plane. I don't care about looking through anything, because I realize anytime I have too much time to glance, I start shopping.
That's like anybody though.
I don't want to do that. So I just want to be just on time, that all I could do is probably buy one bottle of Ciroc or Henny. Just keep it moving. You get me? Marvin, on the other hand, don't go to airport with that guy. Marvin will make you miss your flight. He's a real chancer. Real, like, Marvin is too relaxed, like, where the flight's in 3 hours, man. I'll leave out in brother, you live in fucking Romford, Essex. Like, how you gonna make Heathrow in less than, like, he doesn't take into account of there might be an accident on M25, you know what I mean? There might be traffic, you know what I mean? He doesn't take into account all those things. Me, on the other hand, I'm thinking to myself, Gatwick is there.
Yeah, Gatwick's on your doorstep.
Yeah, literally. So all them little things there, but yeah, like Nigeria, you could go there and find real hustlers. Like, if you give someone from there an opportunity,
they'll just take it and run with it.
They'll take it and run with it.
That's what I generally find with African, I will say men, because I have a lot of close African women. I do have a lot of close African women as friends, but I generally find that in a lot of African men, like they graft, they work harder.
No, you know what it is, especially if you're born out there, when you've seen the real struggle, you know what struggle is, innit? You've seen what your parents have been through, you've seen what you've been through as a kid. So it's like, especially like growing up in Nigeria till I was 11 and coming out here, when certain people are complaining about certain things, I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like, you know, like when you're hearing go power, you're seeing go Power Rangers, and electric goes, and you might not, if you ain't got a generator. Nepa. Hey, no, I'll tell you what's a fuckery, yeah. So, as a kid, yeah, say this is my house here.
Yeah.
In front of my house here, on the balcony, I could look across the road onto where the NEPA headquarters was.
Oh.
So basically, I could see where all the electric lines are. And
so hold on, you should be getting premium electric then.
So hear the fuckery now. So the lights off in my house, and all the lights in there on.
Mad.
So you're there singing go vroom,
mad
power rating. You're in the dark and looking across the road. Then you have to, then if it's nighttime, we're not going to put on the generator because we want to sleep in it. So you remember generators back in the day.
Yeah.
So if we put on ours, our neighbor put on it, everyone puts on in the middle of the night. So like, even like down to little things like now, like it's what I realized about my eating habits as well, where a lot of it is built up from back then. So when my mom used to go food shopping, like you buy rice, you buy all the carbs in bulk. But you see, like meat and that, it will be like in small portions because you don't want to buy too much in case
it will go bad.
It goes bad. So, like, I'll get like small portions of meat in my food. Pause. So fast forward to now. I don't eat. Pause. A lot of meat. Pause. So, yeah. So in my food, it's just, you know what I mean. The portions are still not too.
It's a bit higher carbohydrate.
Than protein. Yeah. So like, even let's say like, even if I go to like a chicken shop now, when I first moved there, greed would say to me, "Rah,
buy enough chicken
and chips, cheap. All right, let me get 4 pieces." And but most days now, if I go chip shop, I'll probably get 2-piece and large chips. Because I can't.
That's your ratio.
Yeah, that's my ratio. I can't over.
That's how you know.
You know what I mean? So like, even like, I remember back in the day, like me and my cousin, when we first started working and getting money, we get KFC mega buckets between us two, and trying to force feed just because we had money. You know that was just because you had money, greed. But now I just realized that I can't eat more than a certain amount a day. Just like I'm just used to smaller portions. So with carbs, it's huge portions. With protein, tiny portions for me. It's just But that comes from them habits. Like even when I shop now as well, because I know that I might not cook a big amount, I'll get smaller portions, or if I do get a big amount, I freeze most of it, just because I know that it's gonna last for long, because I'm not gonna be running through. You know what I mean?
I kind of learned that habit because I lived with my ex's family for a long time, and they're Ghanaian.
Yeah.
So
you got
why? What's wrong with Ghanaian jollof? That's the only one that I know how to make.
You should eat Nigerian jollof, boy. You be flying right now. I see 100 man with hoodies running down my road.
Do you remember the night of the Brixton riots?
Yep.
I could have swore it was me and you that come out of rec.
training that day.
Yeah. And like I come out of rec that day, and
I did not partake in such things. I went to my house as a good kid and went indoors after walking my friends. Some of my friends might have partaken in it, but not me though. Yeah, I remember when I got in, I wasn't allowed out.
When Frank Johnson's ended.
The next day I saw bare man wearing crepes and that from Frank Johnson's. Walking past, that destroyed their business still.
That did destroy
their business still. Like I wasn't gonna go rob Frank Johnson. That was my spot. Yeah, I wasn't involved, boy. I remember when I went in, my aunt didn't let me go back out. Pissed.
Nah,
that's why I couldn't take part. Yeah,
do you know
my auntie was like, "You're staying in."
What was so funny that night is that I was so tired from basketball that I didn't end up home. I ended up at my friend's house and ended up sleeping there. And my mum was going out of her mind, because remember these weren't the days that we had mobiles like that. These
that was 2001. Yeah, I remember that, because even I had to walk couple man who lived like in Balham and them ends out the end through. I had to walk them through my bits, because that's where Frank Johnson was, and it was kicking off and they were shook. I had to walk them all the way to Clapham North to catch train home.
I walked all the way to Tulse Hill that night.
Like I had to get them out of Brixton, because they were panicking. I was like, oh my god. I had to remember everyone was like 16, 15 and them times, innit? So I had to walk them all the way through. This is calm, man. This is
the thing. When I was walking home, I was wondering why everybody was shook. It's nothing to me.
I was spotting man them as they were stealing cars. That shit was funny. Then the last one in 2011, that one was even funnier, because I remember that day was Brixton Carnival.
I wasn't there that time.
It was Brixton Carnival, because I could just remember it was weird. Like it was like everything was jumping, it was lit. Then all of a sudden, it just went quiet. I just think to myself, people are really gonna riot, because people was talking about it, innit? But it just literally it went from jumping, north, because it was kicking off in north. It was kicking off in north. So it just went from like everyone was in carnival, boom boom boom, Cold Harbour Lane, Ram. Then all of a sudden it just went like silent. I'm walking home. I see 100 man with hoodies running down my road and baddies. I was like, oh, that's what's happening tonight. I was like, oh, interesting. And my brethren got killed the day after, when it was kicking off down the east side. My brethren Trevor, T-Boss boy, Trevor got killed. Like them days there when the riots was kicking off, people who had beef was going after. Yeah, because the police was everywhere in it, so they couldn't keep up. You know what I mean? So yeah, I remember that day, like the next day it was crazy because imagine like he's hit us up. He's like, "Raw, is everyone coming like junction?" And I was like, "Nah, man." So I ain't getting involved. I said, everyone whose faces out there is gonna get nicked. So they ain't going nowhere, man. Yeah, I know a couple girls who went jail. Yeah, cause they've run up into flipping curries and that barefaced. Like, everyone's gonna get nicked, man. Like,
yeah, because at that time, that's when I moved to Kent.
Yeah. I was like,
I was living in the civilized part of London those times.
Yeah, I was saying to everyone, I was like, "Right, you lot gonna go out there, the same bait clothes you was wearing all day when you've been picked up on CCTV."
Yeah, because I remember seeing it on the
like,
news.
if you're gonna do badness, go home and get chained like the 100 man who was running past me. But like a couple girls I know got nicked for that because they got excited. Yeah, they got excited and it was run up in curries. I was just there laughing, just thinking to myself. I stayed home watching television.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not opportunist like that.
Watching television, man.
It's cool.
If another one of them things happen now, I ain't coming out the house, man. Leave me alone.
Exactly. We're too old for that.
No,
why?
A lot of people are dumb. People are gonna go out here all with their mobile phones and everyone's cell site.
The cell site. See, like being a business analyst, I've worked for the Met Police.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, your boy them, yeah?
You're a joker. I was working as a software business analyst.
Did you rig up the system?
And Scrum Master. And I used to have a friend that worked in the digital team.
Yeah.
And that's when I found out, like, if you've got a MacBook,
yeah,
those are the hardest devices to break into.
Yeah.
Can't break into a MacBook.
Yeah.
Even an iPhone.
Yeah.
Like the whole password thing. There's something with Apple in order so that you can't break into it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, because of the cell sites that are up, they know everything.
Yeah, they know where you are. Yeah.
They know everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just like, so basically, we're in the Matrix.
Yeah, basically.
I was like, I was opened up to this about 3-4 years ago, and I was just like, shit, they really know everything.
That's the reason why a lot of people get bagged for little crimes, like, oh yeah, you wasn't here, blah blah blah. Yeah, you were. Your phone says you were here at this time. You get me? You can't say you was at home sleeping because your phone wasn't at home. Your phone wasn't. I'm like, right, people was all running up in Frank Johnson and all of them places, no, in Curry's and all them shops in Brixton with their phones in their pockets. Sell side, Joe. Yeah. But you know, yeah, the fuckery, yeah. You see, like, during them times, have you noticed, since then, Brixton has changed a lot.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what
Brixton
happened to a lot of people.
Completely gentrified.
Alright, so let's say now, the riots happen. You got 3 kids, 2 of them go jails because of the riots. Council, you live in a 4-bedroom house. There's only 2 of you. We're gonna have to move you to like Margate because there's a bigger family. Blah blah blah. These times, sometimes not a bigger family. It's just councils trying to sell them yards.
Yeah.
So what's happened over the past 10 years in Brixton? Example, my road growing up was 90% black. My road now is probably 30% or 20% black at max. The
same with the road that I live on currently.
So the whole thing has shifted.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, down the road from where you live used to be like the worst part of Brixton.
Yeah, Loughborough, Mytesfield.
Yeah. Like,
all used
Fields
to be.
was the worst part of Brixton. Fields is like one of the nicest areas in Brixton now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got all the new houses, everything. Like, people who live there wouldn't have a clue of what Fields used to be like. You see, like where the hill was, where it's now the little park and that.
It's
back in the day,
completely different.
No one was getting Fields. You get me? But like the whole area has totally changed, but a lot of it started during that period. Like it was changing, but that period accelerated. After
Yeah,
the riot,
and
accelerated everything.
They moved everybody out.
Yeah.
Sorry to say.
Down
To
these sides.
Croydon.
Yeah, no, they're like
They're all like
West Croydon.
West Croydon,
Heath,
Fulton Heath,
Norbury.
Norbury. They've all moved out.
Because when I first moved down these sides, like down here it's quiet, innit, this part. But every time I go Heath, Norbury, I see bare old Brixton face. This is where you are.
This is where they moved him to, and that's why.
This is where the new hood is, huh?
So I didn't know that like Fulton Heath, South Norwood is like basically the garrison. That's what someone told me. Someone told me that that place is hood. It's like you're in Spanish Town. Like in Jamaica, you've been to Jamaica, right? It's like you're in Spanish Town, right? And maybe it's me being.
Please, bougie people, rate their ends, please.
No.
Rate their ends. It's not that bad.
No. But
it's not that bad.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's not that bad. But it's
I thought Brixton was hood, bruv.
It could be worse.
Yeah.
But
Could be
Brixton ain't like that
Brixton
no more. Brixton, if someone said to me, you live in bougie Brixton, this is me, sorry.
Brixton bougie.
Bougie Brixton.
Yeah, Brixton bougie. Yeah.
Brixton, where I've lived all my life. My UK life.
Yeah, you still have a few of the local crackheads who've not moved out. They're still there, but
No, majority of the drug man is gone to Fulton Heath because
I'm saying the local crackheads would still stay in Brixton as that's their spot, but that's one thing that's authentic to Brixton that will never change. Where you'd always see like this one is always at this traffic light. You always know that this is that one shift. That's this. You know what I mean? There's things about Brixton where you know if you're by the back of Academy. Yeah. There's the Ghana guy with the afro. He's always got the fresh Adidas tracksuits. Like, but he's always at that light going up and down. Then there's the other man who just looks crazy, just going up and down like that.
And that goes to the cars.
Yeah. And now there's a woman now that's joined on that light. So it's like they take shifts. But you see my man, the Ghana guy with the fresh tracksuits, he lives behind my family home. He lives on a nice road. Yeah. That's why when I see him there, I just thought to myself, you're hustling people. Hustling people hard. Because you're not dumb, you know what you're doing. He's probably calculated how much money he makes there a day compared to work. I just thought, you know what? I go out here a few hours.
And then...
then I sign up. Yeah, he lives literally one road. That was one day that, it's after I've left, one day I'm driving, I see him come out the house. I was like, well done, hustler. You get me?
Driving?
No, I was driving past his house.
Oh, you was driving?
I was driving past his house. I was going to go check my aunt and see him come out the house. I was like, oh. So, now I know where you live. Well done, hustler. You get me? So he's got his system. Making his little pee, go buy his beer, drink around. Before he used to hang in the barbershop, that's how I knew who he was, innit? There used to be a guy who used to do that in fucking Putney, and he had a big mansion around them sides. Like, so you're telling me them people are actually getting money? He used to sit outside of NatWest Bank over there. Then there was a thing in papers that said, years ago, one time, he got seen like getting up, gone, got into a range, drove off. Got a big house apparently. I was like, more fool the rest of us, man. Get in by any means, boy. Get in by any means. You get me?
Then basically,
if you found your spot and it works for you,
do what you gotta do, innit?
A hustle is a hustle.
This is the thing.
He's not out there breaking the law, so you can't blame a man. A man's found a loophole in the system. The original GoFundMe. He found the original GoFundMe, boy. You get me? But at the same time, I just think to myself, you got no morals, because if you've already got P and you're doing that and you've got more P, you've made your P now, you can invest into something. there could be another man who's really in need that could have been in that spot making money, but you've just tapped into his corner. Out here, when you lose everything, it's like people kind of leave you, but out there, when you lose everything, your community embraces you. Yeah. Well, that's like a Western thing, isn't it?
Yeah. That's really sad. I really don't like that, but I've seen the way how, like, obviously I've traveled a lot of places, and I've seen, like, I've gone, like I tell everybody knows, I go everywhere with my walking stick.
Yeah.
So I've traveled to many countries, but it's crazy how, even though we have the benefit system here, people will still kind of like distance themselves from you, and it's not a nice thing, because
it's a cold society.
Yeah, but then that leads on to people depression and mental health and blah blah blah.
In regards to even going back to MS, do you think most of it like starts due to people getting triggered by stressful moments, or you know what I mean?
I would definitely say, me personally, my MS, it was triggered by stress. At one point in my life, I was bombarded by stress. And then I was bombarded by stress. I was pregnant. I was trying to hustle, trying to do, because I used to be a contractor. So when I used to work business analyst, scrum master, all those things, like, I used to bring home a lot of money, but also have the stress on my head. Plus I'm trying to go gym as well, you know, because not only with MS, I'm diabetic as well. So I've got to I'm diabetic as well. I've got to keep fit. Do you know what I mean? In order to nothing else to happen. Do you get what I'm saying? And my neurologist said to me that, Tamisha, you're just doing too much. And I'm like, no, but it doesn't feel too much for me. But it was having an impact on my body. And that's why
it manifested, basically.
And that's how it manifested.
That's mad, bro.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, I learned I don't know if I should call it a hustler spirit or how to graft from my ex-partner. He on top of me 24/7. Like, if because I was working in contracts, and we were both contractors, right? So if I'm not in the contract, I'm letting down the bag. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what you said to me. The bag's cutting down. Why do you want to live like this? Like, at the end of the day, we want to give our kids the most we can give each other. That's why when you used to see me, remember when I think I saw you one time in Brixton, I had like in the Q7 and I had all the kids there.
Refill.
By Refill.
I remember that day.
Right?
That was random. I don't know why I remember that day.
Yeah, I know.
Probably because I hadn't seen you in time as well.
Nah, you hadn't seen me, because them times I lived in Kent. And I think Sophia was a baby. That's when Sophia was just born. And I literally, that's why now I've had time off work, because my neurologist was like, Tamisha, you need to just slow it down. Because you can't manage all of this. But I've still got, do you know how many things that in that time that I've come up with? I now run a charity. I now I'm an MS advocate. I do a whole heap of things for MS. I run my Instagram. My Instagram is completely on MS and fitness. To just, it's the whole inspiration thing that I'm trying to put out to people. Because MS can be a very lonely place. You can, like, until I met my friend Amber, I didn't know that there was someone that looks like me and that does the same things that I do, that have MS. Like she's similar to myself. She's a proper fitness freak. Everything. And she's got kids. And she's doing this thing. So I was like, bruv, I could do this and have the bag. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just
hustling.
Well, I don't know if I would call it a hustle, because it's not like I have my own business right now. I don't. Well, actually, I do have my own business. It's not like I'm running my own business. Like, say for example, I'm not selling clothes. I don't run somewhere.
It's still hustle though. Because you could do nothing. You could easily just do nothing.
Yeah, I could do nothing, but I try not to, because I feel like my brain, there's just too much going on there for it to just...
It'll annoy you. You'll sit there one day and you'll get annoyed and you'll be like, you have to do something.
So that's what I'm trying to do.
That's a good look, man. It's a good look. It's like when I see people like you going hard and I hear people making excuses of why they can't do this and they can't do that. I'm like, rah, if you literally had 20% of some of my friends' struggles, you literally break down. That's always think to myself when I see that. So sometimes when people are like, rah, how are you able to push through in certain ways, through certain things and that, I'm like, rah, my life is a breeze compared to everyone else's. Like,
exactly.
Nah, it's really a breeze.
One thing
I ain't got no kids.
Help.
I ain't got no health.
This is what I'm saying.
I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no health issues.
You could do whatever the F you like,
so
man.
Like things that might mentally hamper people. Like, I don't really get stressed no more.
There's no point.
I said to somebody, I said, rah, you see in life, your worst moments could do two things to you. It could either break you permanently and have you forever pity yourself, or it can make you get into a point where you think, rah, nothing's ever gonna ever be this bad. So if this is going to be the worst of it all and I can make it through this,
you could get through anything. Like,
so as long as you think like that,
it's
everything starts to after a while click.
Nothing is ever that serious, and that's my approach on life in itself. I don't take things seriously, and I kind of take each day for what it is. You take each day at a time, because you never know what, like for example myself, I never thought that one day I won't be able to use my right leg properly. Like you of all people know me. Right? I've played basketball. I used to flipping spin my life away all the time. Every time I
go fitness first, I'll see this one coming out of the spin room dripping of sweat. I'm thinking, what's wrong with you, man? Every day spin.
But but what I find is that I've made things accommodate to me now. In order to make sure I don't turn into an auntie. And I don't look like an auntie. Because right now,
hey, Oompa Loompas in fashion, man.
No, not for me, man.
It was Gaywood that said that, my ghostwriter. Anytime I say something wrong, it was Gaywood that ghostwrited for me.
I don't feel like I need to look like a nearly 37-year-old.
Oh, yeah, I'm 37, 2 months. Go on, grandma.
You're an idiot. I'm not high-fiving you.
Come on, OG.
I'm not
OG.
I'm not a grandma. I'm not a grandma
my
yet.
OG. You get me? You know, it's the oldest in the school year.
Yeah, because it's my birthday in September.
No, it's the young ones.
Oh yeah, you're August. You're the last one.
Very, very last batch. You get me? The greatest, the Leos, you know, the Lions. I don't even have to roar. You can just through the. Get me? It comes through the camera. Just roars through the camera. Me, Gabriel, Super Lions. The only way is Leo, man. Forget all these other star signs. If you're any other star sign, come over to Death Row Records.
Come over to Death Row. You joke, who do you think you're Suge?
Suge Knight. we Leos are recruiting. Trust me, we're taking them one at a time. Death Row Records. You know, we walking past Libra. I remember when he was dancing with a woman. August 17th, launching my app. It's gonna be online personal training, online meal plans. So like in the meal plans, you're gonna have a special feature, a dine out feature. So like if you're going out on a weekend now and you wanna go Nando's for instance, you can swap out your calories, like take out a snack, take out a lunch, boom, fill that in with the dine out feature, and it'll calculate and rejig the system to show what you've used up on eating out. August 17th launching, pre-register in the bio on my website www.chzolifts.com. Thank you.